Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great day. I'm going to be using the Robinhood platform. Um, I'm using my phone on my computer. Haven't really been using it lately. Kid came over. Screen is not looking so hot, so I have to take it to Apple and fix it. So I'm using my iPhone. So I will be using the Robinhood platform on the phone because it's a lot better rather than Weebo on the phone. It's kind of hard and you guys won't really have a nice idea of what I'm looking at, right? What I'm talking about if I show you the graph on Weeble, so via phone. So here, guys, we did exactly what we've been waiting or wanting to do for a while, and it's finally find a consolidation, find a price tag, and work from there. Literally in the month we have had our nice spikes and our big climbs. Like, for example, we're at 15-16, and that's where everything went down. At the $15-$60 range is when everything started popping, and we never stopped ever since till the 55s, right? But one thing we had to understand is that when we hit the 30 range, we started getting a lot of consolidation, right? We started having a lot of consolidation. We had nearly 2 to 3 days of pure consolidation until we started having our next leg up. It wasn't really far until a lot of this was just a lot of good news, a lot of ways that is showing that Trump might be not only a victor in the presidential election, but he might be a very important role when it was happening in the world today with all these wars and etc. So we knew, if you guys watched my videos before, we knew that there was going to be a massive dip, some sort of dip. There's just no way that this stock can continue to just push, gets manipulated, dipped, and then it rebounces right back up, and it just keeps going up. Eventually, even though it's a meme stock or not, this company is with Truth Plus, they are opening up their apps. So a lot of people understand is sometimes when you look at the news, you have to really look at news that are actually beneficial, or they're just a nice little meme, a nice little bump. Around this area right here, we kind of only had news that had to do a lot with the presidential election. Whereas when we were doing this, it was more of Truth Plus just came out with a stream on Android. Truth Plus just came out with a stream. Truth Plus is now on iPhone. Truth Plus now is on Fire Amazon TV. Truth Plus is doing this. Truth Plus is doing... So it's news that are actually beneficial to the stock's revenue long term, right? It's low-key becoming the next, like, another streaming website or a streaming platform, and who knows what he can do with it. There's so much things he could do with it. And now looking at his allies, remember, guys, around this time also, we're not gonna go day-to-day specific. Elon Musk was becoming very known with Trump. Hey, guys, I'm with Trump. I'm gonna start giving money out to donate to Trump. That helped us tremendously. These were actually news that actually helps the company. When you had this type of pop and you really look at the news, it had a lot to do with Putin and what he thinks about Trump, or what the election poll says, or what a lot of the traders or people believe. Just basically news that can do two things. It could either drop the stock a lot just for it to drop so people could buy in and big whales or who knows what, or it could be the other way around. It's for it so it could pop, right? So you have to sometimes understand is, where is the right price range for DJT? Where's the right price to buy in, and what's a good price to sell out? So I'm not going to be here. I've been caught many times buying a stock at a very high price that when I looked at the news and then I looked at everything, I was like, this stock does not deserve, example, this stock does not deserve to be in $5, right? This stock deserves to be in $20, $30, $40, $50, right? So when you have these finally news and you've been waiting, you buy in and this dips and you're like, damn, I thought this was the moment. Now I'm a bag holder. So this could have happened a lot. Happened to a lot of folks possibly, and a lot of folks made a lot of money. Probably a lot of people sold. But when you had these massive dips, man, it speaks for itself. It wasn't really a threshold. It wasn't really a stronghold for the stock. The stock remember, guys, we were fighting the 20s. We were in the 20s. We flew back to the 30s. When we were at the 30s, when we hit the 30s, don't forget we had that nice massive dip, nearly to what it looks like now, but it's just 5 times bigger. We went from a 30 and we went right down to like a 25, 26, right? But in the graph probably don't show some difference. But we're looking at MAs and stuff, right? Clearly the 10 MA is somewhat close to what the graph is looking like, but we want to really look at the 200 MA. We want to look at that long-term graph, and clearly you can see that the 25 mark is possibly that initial battleground price before it decides to go any further right below. So as I said, the $20 ranges have always been a very big benefit to DJT. For a stock that's been manipulated so hard not to go below the 30 mark, and that was a price that we were having a lot of issues with, that's kind of scaring me, because 30 wasn't clearly a good price tag for us. Because if you look at it from this standpoint, when we hit the 30 and we dropped down, we started averaging and consolidating just around that 30, right? But people didn't understand is that before we did that, we had that massive sell-off, we had a massive dip, we had a lot of fear, and then we had a nice bounce back. But it didn't take us long until we just passed the 30 and went straight into 30 pluses, to the 34s, the 35s, and all these prices, and we forgot about 30 and 31, which turns out that that's probably where we're at right now. And looking at the dips, looking at everything that's been going on, guys, it's been bad. The dip has been pretty ugly. It's been dipping for like nearly 2 days straight. First dip was on Thursday. It dipped like 27% plus pre-market, and then it dipped again yesterday, Friday, like almost another 20%. Nearly, you can say another 20%. So literally 40-50% of your gains are gone, and that's us catching the dip. Like, you got to understand, how about these people that bought up here? How about these people? These guys they're down nearly 40% on their portfolio. Whatever they invest in, they're down nearly 40-50%. So if you watched the video, you guys would have known this would have happened. The news, guys, we go into Webull just for the news, and we can clearly see that things have been a little bit neutral, in the sense of there's not much news when it's come down to Trump. It's really just fear, right? It's just manipulation. Like, Trump made a link speculation of Musk bid. Why are the shares dipping today? Just nothing that really could benefit the stock, other than just how is the economy doing, all that stuff. It doesn't really do anything to the stock. Trump loses 1.9 million net worth as DJT stock stumbles on the second time this week. Of course, that was the second time, which was the following day, as I told you guys, it's Friday. So now they're just, Trump sues CBC for $10 billion over Harris interview. That has a negative impact on us. DJT seen aggressive selling. That's definitely negative for us. So if you guys just look at the news, we're clearly have an idea of what possibly happened. But if you go further below that, we didn't really have any red. We had nothing but green and blue. And I always say on my videos, when you have so much green and so much blue and no red, eventually all those reds are going to just stack up, and they're going to be released a certain day, or literally through that week. But happened just as I was hoping was going to happen, but just not the right day is correct, because we're not genies. But Thursday, Friday were the two massive dips. It was literally nearly 40-50% dip. So sometimes you have to buy, you have to get your gains, and you got to get out, especially with a stock like this. All right, so my analysis for Monday, this Monday that's gonna come, 4th of November. I say buy if you want to buy, but if I were you and you have other stocks and you have other plans, I say hold it off. Get some money in your power, right? Get some money power, and wait till Monday night. Wait till Tuesday morning, right? Wait till like 3, 4 in the morning around there, set up an alarm and just look at the graph, see what happens. If you're starting to see a lot of consolidation, that's probably a good sign to maybe just put in 20-50% of your buying power, and then put another 50-25% after the day goes if it decides to dip again. Or if it decides to start popping, don't hesitate, keep buy in, because it's going to be a ride, right? So election being so close, I do see, guys, and I did read the news that there were a lot of ballots that were burned. So by them saying that, who knows what could possibly happen, and we don't know who can be the real victor. So the question is, we have to wait. We just can't buy in, right? A lot of people will say, well, we were just at 55, 56. Why the hell would I not buy in at 30? Well, last time I checked, when we were at the 30s, we dipped from a 30 towards a 25. Low 25s, going towards the 24s. We weren't there long, probably a couple minutes, and we spiked back up to the 26, 27, 28s. Throughout the day, we started ranging back to the 27s, 26. And the following day, we kind of consolidated right back to the 30s. So clearly the 20 range could be a good help for us, but I'll say is maybe wait till we hit the 20s and maybe buy in. Because if Trump does become president, this will blow. Because if thing's been manipulated hard enough, because Trump's supposedly losing the race, imagine if he does win, this thing will explode. So now it's a good time. So if you missed the wave the first time when it was at 12, 13, 14, 15, $16, or if you were the guy that missed before it went from 35 to the 55s, don't be sad. Now it's our time. Good luck, guys. Like and subscribe.